Hey, it's Wendy Alane Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager, and today I'm with Terry Berland, who is the owner of Berland Casting, and she is a commercial casting director. She does voiceover casting, and she is one of the most famous, actually, casting directors in the business. And she also teaches on-camera commercial techniques, voiceover techniques. And I want to ask you in a minute about like those classes and how people can find you for those classes. But I have a lot of questions. So many questions, but I'll try to keep it short and stick to a couple of the things. First of all,
I do cast both on camera and voiceover. I think you just said I cast voiceover.
Thank you. Voiceover and yes.
Yeah.
Terry casts commercials. She also casts voiceovers, and she teaches both of those things. So a couple questions I have, Terry. When people take a commercial class with you, what is it that they're learning?
Well, they're really learning how to show their personality in a minute or less than a minute. The person who books a commercial feels very, very real and connected and very organic. Like it's you don't feel like it's a performance. So they're learning really how to do that in less than a minute. Also, how to make the space. It's a very small space. There are ways to make it look much bigger, so it's not a small static space.
Interesting. So that's about on-camera techniques and how to utilize that space. That's interesting.
Yes.
How many commercials have you cast in your career?
You know, I've been casting over 35 years. I started really out of school as an assistant in New York City. So thousands and thousands and thousands.
That's a good way for someone who wants to become a casting director, is to start by being a casting assistant and learning.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm a member of the CSA, and they just started having commercial casting directors join. And CSA has a training program, and it's in the works that there is in the near future going to be a training program for commercial people who are interested in assisting in commercials too.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. Because I just had someone email me the other day, how do I become a casting director? I don't have any courses for that, but I'm so glad that CSA is doing something about it. That's fantastic. Can you tell me the difference between a casting assistant and an associate?
Yes, an associate, really, their name, well, if it's theatrical, if it's a film or TV, their name will be on the credit, and they have a lot of responsibility. They basically take the project and cast it under the name and in coordination with the main head casting director, whereas an assistant assists
that process.
Please do that. And
so get the coffee, file this. So, but you can still learn a lot as an assistant watching the whole process, and really learn what casting directors and associates do for people that might want to move up that ladder at some point.
Yeah, I mean, an assistant, every casting director needs a really great assistant. An assistant can mess everything up.
So, or make your job a lot easier. One or the other.
Exactly. Let's be positive, or make our job very easy.
A question: when people are submitting to you, I'm putting your casting director hat on, not your teacher hat for a minute. When people are submitting to you for roles, and you're looking through their casting networks and casting frontier platforms, or to see their skills, do you like to see special skills clips, like of languages or sports or instruments, athletics and stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If we get, just say it's yoga.
Okay.
And just say we get 1,500 submissions, we will definitely gravitate first to the skill clip, and you'll be in if you do it well. So you can do it well and not have a skill clip, whatever the skill is, language, and then we get filled up. there's math to this too. There's just so many people you can audition. You have time to audition for so many for the role.
That makes sense. So if you get 3,000 submissions and there's people that have clips, it's so much easier to look at those first and say, do these people do what they say and do they do it well? Then bring those people in, get them on the schedule first, and that could fill up this session. And the people without clips don't even get seen.
Exactly. Now, with the first session being self-taped, we have more latitude. We can see more people than if they're coming in a very tight time schedule.
Do you like this new all this new stuff, this on-camera self-tape rather than in the room stuff at all, or do you prefer the in the room?
It's like a double-edged sword, really. I can take more chances on the initial call because people are self-taping it. But on the other hand, I really want to, and I am very respectful to the actors. So I won't put it out to 300 people just because I can.
I hear you.
It's just not right.
Yeah.
I feel that when an actor has an audition, lands an audition, that there should be a good chance for them to book it, that there's a booking at the end of that audition for one person.
And another thing that you do in your classes, because I've sat in on your classes before, I've sent so many actors to your classes. I mean,
you have.
I love
so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. No, well, they should be training with you, period. And I think at the end of your classes, do you still do those agent showcases? Do you have an agent that pops in?
I do. I do. It's interesting, the class I have going now, though, every single person has an agent. So instead of wasting the actor's time and having an agent come in, it is an educational evening when the agent comes in. But these people have agents. So I said, you know what, guys, I'm going to teach the last class because you already have an agent. So you don't need education from another agent.
Yeah, that makes sense. When people start in this business, one of the best ways that they can get their foot in the door is through commercials. And yes, and that you can get a commercial agent faster than you can get a theatrical agent a lot of the times. I would suggest that any new actor that's trying to break into this business, you absolutely should start with commercials in whatever market that you're in and take an on-camera take a class with Terry Berland. I swear to God, get that on your resume, get that commercial training so that when you submit to an agent, that it's on your resume, you've got that skill in hand, and that'll help you when you submit to commercial agents. Do you think that slate shots are important?
I do. I do. I'll first go to their demo, but if they don't have a demo, I'll look at a slate shot. It just comes alive. The person comes alive. There's a little energy. And a trained casting director can pick up in moments the energy that they need. And they can see what they're looking for really in moments.
Gotcha. And what about an actor doing like a mock commercial to the camera? Does that help or hurt them?
I don't really like the mock commercials.
Okay.
It's just unfinished, and that's why I don't like them.
I get you. That's good to know. I like to find out these things. When an actor's auditioning for you, how can they stand out amongst all of the other people that are auditioning? What really makes them stand out to you?
It's nothing in particular that they do, and you can't put your finger on it, but I really analyze all this because of my teaching. And it is really that they feel very connected, comfortable, open, not restricted, authentic, fun, unless it's a commercial that's very, very serious. They feel like life is good. Even when there's a problem in a commercial, then there's a solution. So they want to book someone there's just a general feeling that life life is good.
Life
Like
is
they have
good.
been handled.
Yes. And that these products that they're selling makes life even better.
Exactly. The product makes the life even better. And the way the actor can get there is through backstories, really, what they tell themselves.
Oh, it's the same. So when you're training for commercials, you're training acting, and there's a reason you call your class acting in commercials.
Yes.
Because it's not, when you're doing voiceovers, when you're doing commercials, you're still acting and you're still breaking down the script and you're still creating a backstory.
Absolutely. There's a backstory.
Mm.
So there's some meat to it. It's not just words. There's a connection. You feel much more connected when you have your backstories.
That makes sense to me. How can actors get in touch with you and find you and sign up for classes? What's the best website that they could go to?
Yeah, I have a website for that. Terry Berland Workshops, www.Terry Berland Workshops. And from there, they can click onto Berland Casting to see all my reels and everything, a lot of things that I've cast and my philosophy in casting. So that's, and they can click on there and communicate, through there.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think it's amazing that, there are some casting directors really love to teach and really love to help actors. And you are one of those people. And I really love that about you. I think that's amazing.
Thank you. I've been casting for a long time and teaching for a very, very long time. I've taught at Lee Strasberg as the first person to ever teach commercials there and other universities. So I just love teaching.
Yeah.
Throughout my career, I could say I've been almost in every state of the United States teaching acting in commercials.
No kidding.
No, seriously.
And how important is acting training, commercial training for actors when they want to book commercials? How important is the training?
It's very important. There are similarities to theatrical and differences. And it's very important for an actor to know each venue. It's the same and it's very different. Mm-hmm. One little example is relating to a camera. The camera in a commercial audition is much different than theatrical. You don't even relate to the camera in theatrical. Where in commercial, this is one little tip, commercial, the camera is actually another person in the spot.
It's like another scene partner.
It's exactly. So you have to connect to it. It's very different. And it's different.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
When you shoot. The shoot is different too.
How so?
Well, in a shoot, you don't usually, they have the cameras set up all over the place here, there, it's usually more than one camera shoot. And so it's different.
Do you get excited when you see some of your students on camera, like booking commercials? Does that give you some sort of fulfillment to see that?
I love when I see people who I've taught in commercials. And I see a lot of that on social media, on Instagram.
They post it everywhere.
They post it and then I repost it. And I have agents following me and they see it. A little secret is there's even been times that agents try to poach actors.
No.
Who have already are with another because they just love what they're seeing. So social media is fun and important. And I love seeing what the actors are doing. That even if it's not a commercial, I love seeing when they do a film. A lot of I'm sorry, go ahead. A lot of the actors actually use some of the techniques I teach them in theatrical too. And when actors are studying theatrically with their coaches, I give them, it turns out, the same notes that they're getting from their theatrical.
Oh, wow.
But because mine is not ongoing, many times it cuts through to the, problem or the much faster than
It
the
gets to the
actual,
meat of it faster,
the
because you
meat
have
of
a
it.
5-week class.
gets to the meat of
Meat.
what, yeah.
And you have a 5-week class, and every 5 weeks you offer this 5-week class.
Just about every 5
That's
weeks.
amazing. You should take a break, like a week in between. Give
Oh,
yourself.
I do. Like,
Okay.
right. It's summertime right now. So
Yeah.
my next one starts early July. And then I take off from really mid-August to, about the
Oh,
second
good.
week, third week in September.
Good, because I think you're the hardest working woman in show business. So I'm
I
glad to
don't
see that you're a little break. Well, thank you so much for being here, Terry. I know you're super busy. I mean, you're casting so many commercials at the same time. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I'm Wendy Alane Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager. Please check out more reels on Instagram coming up, and I'll see you on the red carpet. Stay focused on your goals and dreams. And remember, you can accomplish anything. Just don't get in your own way. I believe in you. I support you. See you later.